Max, you're really hard on Carson Wentz, but yesterday you said there is more pressure on Mike McCarthy than Carson Wentz. So 24 hours later, Stephen A., we gave him the time.
Yeah, because that was a ridiculous take on this part. I want to see if he's changed his mind.
You changed your mind?
Not at all. Look, the fact of the matter is I'm really hard on Carson Wentz. I'm the only one. There are two people hard on Carson Wentz, me and Howie Roseman in the Eagles front office.
Maybe his mother, too.
That's it. Like, Roseman looked at Wentz at the end of last year and said,
ouch.
Well, you know,
She
your
said
moms
maybe
are always...
his mama.
well, I mean,
Mom's always hard on his son.
Yeah.
She's saying that, you know, in order to become a professional athlete, you need high standards. There you go.
There you go.
The point is, the Eagles front office looked at Carson Wentz at the end of last year and they said, we got to draft a quarterback. We have to draft a quarterback in the second round. I don't want to hear anyone tell me any nonsense about they need depth at the position. There are veterans floating around that can give you depth. Fitzgerald is, I mean, Ryan Fitzpatrick is always available, right? Someone like that is always available. I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to hear about, well, you draft a backup quarterback when you don't need one. You just gave a franchise contract, an elite contract to a 27-year-old quarterback. What do you mean? You're years away from needing to draft his replacement. But they drafted a quarterback in the second round when the best player available, the wideout they needed, C.D. Lamb, they could have packaged that pick and moved up and taken him. They decided not to. So the front office sees more soberly what's going on than anyone else, apparently, but me. Carson Wentz is good for one amazing Patrick Mahomes-level throw a game, 3 or 4 good ones, and the rest are questionable at best. Now, Stephen A., Mike McCarthy, everyone's on him. Everyone's on McCarthy, right? The pressure, if Carson Wentz goes out and does what he normally does, by the way, I'm going to take him in DraftKings, I think, this week. Why not? He's playing the Cowboys defense, right? Mm-hmm. If he loses, there'll be, or it's not even loses. I don't think the Eagles are going to lose. But if he doesn't look good, there'll be excuses. Look at all the drop passes. Look at all the injuries. The Cowboys were motivated. They played for their, whatever it is. All I hear week in and week out about Wentz are excuses for his play, which is not bad. It's middle of the pack quarterback play for an elite talent who's being paid like an elite talent. Mike McCarthy, everyone's on him. They're calling for his job. And you, Stephen A., you of all people, you said, fire him now. You don't even want to wait till the end of the season. Mm-hmm. And you know why you said that? The same reason people talking about Brian Flores beginning of last year. Because the Dolphins looked like they quit. We were wrong. Brian Flores can coach. Because by the end of the year, they beat the Patriots. And a must-have game for the Patriots, right? But early on, we were saying, is this the worst team ever? The team looks like it quit. And that's what we're saying about the Cowboys now. Mm. And if McCarthy, you don't have to win, but if he doesn't get them playing like it looks like they want to win, he's in trouble. Well, Stephen A. Smith will come out here and say, get rid of him this week.
First of all, you're wrong. You're wrong in this respect. First of all, you brought up Brian Flores. You can't compare the two situations. Chris Greer, an African-American GM running the Miami Dolphins. Clearly, they were retooling. Obviously, they were accumulating draft picks and unloading players. So when we talked about players that quit, we also knew that the players that they had were relative scrubs compared to the kind of guys that they would accumulate. They were in complete rebuilding mode. They weren't signing dudes to contract. They were unloading contracts. Jerry Jones signing dudes. So the two situations don't compare. That's number one. Number two, I'm going to say this again. If Carson Wentz loses a game to these Dallas Cowboys, it'll be a disaster. Let me remind everybody, Dallas Cowboys, dead last in points allowed, dead last in rushing yards allowed. One of the top 5 worst teams defense in yards allowed, period. No secondary. Barely a pass rush for crying out loud. Linebackers have been injured and debilitated. Their offense, first of all, Dak Prescott is gone. The offensive line, 4 or 5 dudes are subs because their starting 5 is out. You've got all of that going on. You got a head coach, all right, that isn't resonating with the players. You got a defensive coordinator that's hiding in press conferences getting Tabasco sauce in his eye. You know what I'm saying? No, what the hell?
Hold on, they're going to ask me a question.
Oh, my goodness. I need a break. 3 minutes, okay? You got an owner, GM, and president in Jerry Jones cussing out radio hosts, all right?
Man.
And you have a quarterback who's a third stringer named Ben DiNucci, okay? And you're Carson Wentz, and you go out and lose to that? I assure you it will be an unmitigated disaster for them. And
can they lose?
Philadelphia, my second home. Philadelphia, my second home. I can't imagine.
Can the Eagles lose this game?
I can't imagine it.
Right, I can't imagine it either.
Listen,
so Carson Wentz can look any which way.
But what if they do?
lose it, if they lose this game,
I can't imagine that they can.
Let me tell you, if they lose this game,
that's a different
Carson
story.
Wentz won't live it down, man.
That doesn't mean there's more pressure on him. I don't think they can lose.
I think. Listen, I think it is more pressure. You got to win this game. That's what I'm trying to say. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.